Buongiorno everybody, I am here today in Palermo, which is one of my favorite places in the world. As you know, I'm back in Sicily for 2 tours. We're going to be doing highlights of Sicily in 8 days, which is Palermo, Agrigento, Syracuse, and Taormina. And then we're going to be doing what I call Sicilian pleasures, which is little things off the beaten path, the wine region around Etna on the north. We're going to go to southeastern Sicily to Ragusa, then go to Marsala, and then finish up in Cefalù. So we're going to have 2 different tours running back to back, a total of 17 days. If you are brave enough to do 17 days with me, we're going to be doing it again in the fall, and we do have spots available, just so you know. But starting here in Palermo today, I am joined by a friend of mine. This here is Domenico Aronica. Ciao. So Domenico is a local guide here who does these really innovative walking tours where it's history, food, and a lot of dad jokes.
We try.
We thought that it would be fun to take a little stroll with Domenico. We just did a tour with our group. So what is your favorite?
I'm exhausted. But I'm waiting for my pasta. Usually I eat at 1 p.m.
Okay.
I'll try to show you briefly, the city. Now we are in the heart of the city center. I quattro canti, the 4 corners. You see, it's very easy to understand the city center of Palermo.
1,
you see the
2,
port,
3, 4. Yeah.
The train station, the port, the opera house. The Opera House of Palermo is the largest opera house of Italy, the biggest. Incredible. The cathedral,
yep.
The royal palace, Palazzo dei Normanni, which is also impressive. Palermo during the time of the Normans, was a capital, was a very, very important city. So if you come to Palermo, we have a bad reputation because we are usually. The people they think we are the capital of the mafia. No, we have a bad reputation, but Palermo is much more. It's much more than you can expect because it's a lot of history, a lot of monuments, a lot of historical, buildings. Baroque, Byzantine, Normans, Arabic. So all together in an incredible mixture that makes this city really unique and very vibrant.
So what we thought we'd do is just take a little walk with Domenico for a couple of minutes. And what I love about what Domenico does is that he takes you off into the back streets. Oh, look, here comes cute little motorino. He likes to take people off into the back streets to see things that you wouldn't see, even with a guidebook. Things that are different, like little workshops where people make things. And he seems to know everybody in town. Almost. He knows everybody in town. So it's fun to do all the big stuff, of course, and I take people to do the big stuff, but when we get together with Domenico, it's to go and see little parts of Palermo that you definitely would not see on your own, right?
I try to change the itinerary every day. I don't like to do the same tour every day,
Yeah.
You see behind me there is an abandoned building from the World War II because unfortunately Palermo during the World War II was very damaged, destroyed. And in Palermo you can still see the wounds of the World War II. And behind me you see there is a big fountain, which is called the Fountain of the Shame, Fontana della Vergogna. There is a funny story behind, because that building, in front of you was a nunnery. So the nuns, they were shocked when they saw the naked statues, the private part of the man. Pisellino, small. That's why now the private part of the man, were cut off. It's a scandal, a big scandal.
Lots of funny little legends in Palermo.
But you see, in Palermo it's nice to walk around the city because it's pedestrian now. So it's a flat city, so you can walk easily also on your own.
Yeah. So Palermo could use, if you're coming here on your own, I would say you need at least 2 days, sometimes even 3. Even more would be okay. There's plenty of things to see here. Pedestrian, but also not pedestrian.
In Palermo the rules are very flexible. In Sicily in general, very flexible.
That is the truth, yes. So a good time to come to Palermo is right now. Sicily is fabulous from about March through November?
Yes.
Maybe excepting August.
October, November.
Not August.
August, no. This year in August, I will be on vacation.
Yeah.
You see a strange building, you know, very Arabic, very Moorish, you know. But it's nothing to do with Arabs because it was created during the time of the Normans, so it's very strange.
Yeah.
This unique and strange architecture now is called Arabo-Normanna. That's why Palermo is also a UNESCO city center. So, and that's why in the last few years we had an incredible increasing of tourism.
So in the time that I've been coming to...
show you,
Oh.
you see the... It was a monastery before.
Ah.
And after the unification of Italy was transformed into a university. This is the Faculty of Law. Here and today you find also contemporary art exhibition.
Ah, cool. There's dogs everywhere.
It's funny.
That's very funny. I've walked by here a million times, but I've never walked in here. Doing what we have to do everywhere, which is to get our green pass out. Momento. Io sono americana. See, okay. So I have my Vax card here, so I just pop it out and show people.
It's funny.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Huh.
Art contemporary exhibition. As you can see, you see the cloister because it was before a monastery of monks. Just beside there is the famous church of the San Giuseppe, San Joseph.
Mm-hmm.
So this was the monastery of the monks, and now is the Faculty of Law, the university.
Wow.
Don't ask me the meaning of the dogs because it's a new exhibition, new contemporary exhibition.
Huh.
But to understand contemporary art, you need 3-4 glass of wine.
That's about right.
That is nice. You see, there is a marble plaque dedicated to Falcone and Borsellino. Falcone and Borsellino, the judge killed during the war of the mafia in 1992. Unfortunately, in the 80s and 90s in Palermo, we had a terrible, war of the mafia, which was a war also against the government. So judge, policemen, journalists, priests, they were killed in town at that time. When I was a child, it was a really terrible period for the city of Palermo. No tourists at that time.
Oh.
Fortunately now we have a lot of tourists, we don't have any mafia war, fortunately. And Palermo, is a safe city, so you can walk safely in the city center without any problem. Sarah, knows she walks.
I feel very safe being here in Sicily. In fact, I've never had a problem anywhere in Sicily. A lot of people ask me that, especially as a woman traveling alone. Do you feel safe? I have always felt safe in Sicily. Never a problem at all. Oh, the dogs are so funny. You never know what you're going to find. Okay, so what we thought we'd do, we're just going to take a little walk down the street here and take you down a typical street where they're making things. A lot of people, when they've gone to, let's say, Florence or Rome, have gone to see workshops, like artisanal workshops. A lot of those cities don't have so many artisans anymore. It's too expensive. But down here in Sicily, it's still affordable to live here. And so there's a lot of people that make furniture, handmade pots and pans, all of these things. So this is the thing that Domenico likes to do with his groups, is he likes to take people for a walk to see real artisans doing work, right? Yeah.
It's nice to see the real life.
Yeah.
Palermo,
Yeah.
We're also famous for silver. There are a district of Palermo where they work, you know, they make, you know, craft with silver.
Handcrafted silver, yeah. So we're gonna head down this little street here.
And also fabrics.
Yep. You can see the difference between the new Palermo and the way Palermo was the first time I came here. Palermo was bombed heavily during 1943 during World War II and was never remodeled, was never fixed up. So a lot of the damage you see on buildings comes from World War II, and it was just never changed. But in the last 10 years, there's been a huge investment in, oh yeah, we can pop in here. There's been a huge investment in fixing up the city to make it more beautiful because it is so historic.
The name of the street in three languages, you know, Italiano, Hebrew, and Arabic. Because actually this was the Jewish district of Palermo. In Palermo we had a big Jewish community, but you know, for 4 centuries we also had the Spanish occupation and Spanish domination, and it was a very hard time, you know, for the Jewish, because the Jewish were forced to go away from all the Spanish territory of Europe after the end of the 1400s. So this was the area of Palermo where actually we had a synagogue, transformed obviously into a Catholic church during the Spanish. You see, it's also nice to see the little narrow alleys, you see, with balconies.
Yeah.
As you can see, we use the balconies only for the laundry. And here, as you can see, they are fixing up. They are renovating the smallest balcony of Palermo.
So yeah, so it's really changing. I mean, these buildings that are, you know, really damaged, they're getting fixed up, which is fantastic. I think the first time I came here was more than a decade ago, and it was a very, very different place back then. So this is a Sicilian barbecue, by the way. I've tried it. They're hard to use. So a lot of this stuff is made here by the craftsman who owns the shop. Yeah, so this is a lot of it handmade stuff. Cool.
Olive oil cup.
Yeah. Wow. Very cool.
So.
Oh, I love this that you showed us this morning, the molds.
Yes, for making the marzipan.
Yeah.
So the shape for making the marzipan.
Very cool.
You see the pot that we use only in Palermo, for cooking the spring sandwich. Pane con la mirza.
I'm not going to buy one of those.
If you go to Catania, you can also try the horse meat sandwich. Horse meat.
I've tried it, yep. I've had a horse hamburger before, yep. So we're right off of the main drag, and all of a sudden you're in a little neighborhood. It's really charming that way.
Buongiorno. See, blacksmith.
All handmade barbecues and pizza paddles and made in their shop. It's just amazing that they still hand make all of this stuff.
Introduce you. The most famous blacksmith of Palermo, Paolo. Oh.
Salve, Paolo.
He makes the best olive oil pot. Stainless steel or vinegar, olive oil.
They're beautiful. Wow. All handmade, huh?
Handmade.
Beautiful.
Let's go to have the best cafe of Palermo.
Okay. That sounds great.
I'll show you.
Okay. Grazie. The best cafe of Palermo.
Palermo, the oldest coffee factory of Palermo. They roast the coffee every morning.
Oh, I know where we're going. I know where we're going.
But actually, in the summer, it's also very popular to have Cremino, crema di caffè.
What's that?
Which is like a sorbetto, with coffee, cream, sugar and ice. It's a cold coffee.
Oh.
Have you ever tried it, Sara?
Cremino?
Cremino.
I think I have had once or twice. Yes, not very
Oh,
often.
maybe,
We'll see if they have it, yeah. So you can see they're doing some renovation up there. It's incredible how this city has changed in the last 20 years. It's almost hard to recognize it. So why are people suddenly fixing up Palermo?
Well, because it's also a good investment. Because,
Yeah.
Now Palermo is very touristic. So it's a good investment to rent your apartment for tourists, through the internet.
So tourism, there was not much tourism here until, what, 10 years ago?
Yes, 10 years ago, usually we had, organized, tour operator.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people, they travel on their own by plane or by car. So it's a very popular destination, especially in the US. Before the virus, we had a lot of Americans, Canadians.
Yeah.
And hopefully this year you can travel again. Thank you very much.
Me too, I'm hoping you'll travel too. So this is Stanita.
Stanita.
Yeah.
100 years of history. 100 years of history.
Wow, very cool. All right, gotta put my mask on. Okay, prende il telefono. Grazie.
You see, my friend Massimo is every day, every morning he roasts the coffee here in this strange and old machine.
Oh my gosh, they still use that old machine. Wow, how cool. It smells fantastic in here. Yeah, this is like,
Smell the pepper from India.
okay. I'm gonna smell it. Whoa. Wonderful. So you can buy this and it's €3 for an etto, 100 grams. But you can also get the coffee cafe, I can't speak English anymore, for €22 a kilo, so that's 2.2 pounds. Candied ginger. Oh, little Easter eggs.
Yeah.
It's like an old-fashioned candy store here.
It's like apricot. You go all free.
Yeah. Very cool.
I love it. Very old wood.
Yeah, old artistic. So this is where we are at Caf Stanita. All right. So they've opened up this really cool cafe with Stanita. It's a little bit newer one called Casa Sanita, where they do really interesting things with coffee, and they do gelato.
They have the famous Cremino, you see?
Ah, yeah. All right, I'll try the Cremino. Let's try the Cremino.
Facciamo video in diretta. I introduce you Verdiana, saluta gli americani. Siamo in diretta.
So they let you try different kinds of coffees that are special, if I remember correctly, right? So you can choose the type of coffee, right? Rather than just a regular Italian-style coffee.
If you are a coffee lover, this is the right place.
Yeah, you can try different things.
Actually, the Cremino Cafe is my favorite.
Is it? Okay. We've got some gelato here, different kinds of coffee. We've got mocha, cafe cappuccino, pistacchio di Bronte, hazelnuts. So granite, that's the thing I like the most, though. We're a little early for granite season, though.
Look at them.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Gorgeous. All right.
Chocolate,
Hang on.
cream, coffee.
All right, here we go.
Chocolate, cream, coffee,
Okay.
sugar, ice, all together.
Gotta take off my mask.
See, it's like a sorbetto.
Ooh. All right. Well, cheers.
Cheers.
Clink. So good. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much for showing us around, Domenico. So how can the people watching find you if they'd like to take a walking tour with you?
On my website, palermowalkingtour.com.
Easy enough to remember, PalermoWalkingTour.com.
Or search on Google Domenico Aronica.
And I'll put a link to him on this live stream so you can find him as well. So he does individual walking tours and he does group walking tours that you can book, but you have to book ahead, right? Yeah, people need to book ahead. So,
Enjoy.
He also, by the way, does private stuff. You're taking some of my my guests who are doing my second tour off to find family to do like family heritage
In a small
research.
village.
Yeah.
Because a lot of Americans are Sicilians originally.
So he's a fabulous contact to have. I'll make sure that you guys know how to find him. So if you're coming here to Sicily, you can find Domenico. So thank you so much, Domenico.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure. We'll see you again in September.
Yes.
And for those of you watching, if you want to travel with Adventures with Sarah, my friend Susanna is leading a tour of the same tour, Sicily Highlights and then Sicily Pleasures in September, and we do have spaces available on that. And I would say get on it before any of these places in Italy get crowded again. I'll put the link to that too in the comments. So thanks everybody. We'll see you again later on. Ciao, ciao.